in a life garden surrounded by beauty, standing in a special spotlight. Around me, many flowers of vibrant color that I shower with love, my light.
My garden is sustained by a handful of people I trust and love.
I am sitting in the shade of my garden today because my family and friends planted trees of love surrounding me.
My flowers are my family, friends, and even strangers that have touched my heart.
They are the tillers of my soil and the pruners of my soul.
So, you find yourself spending the better part of 6 months listening to your wife comment about a variety of problems she is having, and you think, more of those special girl problems. Thank God I am a guy. But then you come home one night and your wife says she needs you to go with her tomorrow to an appointment with an oncologist because this test came back and indicates there is a problem. We go, and is it ever a problem? It is cancer. You just sit stunned, and you know life as you planned it will never be the same again.
My cancer journey started 8 years ago when my life was in full bloom. I had been married for 3 years and was a stay-at-home mom with a happy 2-year-old. I was just 34 when I was diagnosed and began treatments.
I can distinctly recall the day, where I was, what I was doing, when my mother called to tell me that her only sibling, her closest confidant, my Aunt Kay, had cancer. After the initial shock of the diagnosis set in, our small but mighty family rallied around Aunt Kay and resolved to help her beat this monster.
None of us would choose to have a cancer diagnosis, but once those words are spoken out loud, we can choose what we take from that experience.
After I was diagnosed with ovarian cancer, I decided to embrace my challenge with a smile on my face and love in my heart.
Where flowers bloom, so does hope.
I can only wish that someone would have given me the gift of awareness of ovarian cancer. Now, ignorance no more.
St. Louis Ovarian Cancer Awareness is the epitome of a world-class garden. Our members are passionate about planting the seeds of awareness at every opportunity.
We are here to celebrate all these brave women and their supporters who have looked this disease in the face and fight to survive. They all have their own stories of this battle. But there is so much to do to bring greater awareness to this disease among women and, yes, men.
Although most gardens bloom in the spring, Sloca's colors are most vibrant during the month of September, National Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month. It is an exciting time for Sloca. We are energized by the prospect of growth. We are passionately committed to increasing ovarian cancer survivorship by promoting awareness of early warning signs and standards of care, funding ovarian cancer research, and supporting survivors.
We knew nothing. I knew nothing. Our ignorance contributed to letting this enemy gain greater momentum until it was almost too late. That is why Sloca must continue and grow, to help find credible early detection tests, to take the battle to this disease before it grows to the stage where recovery is unlikely and somewhat miraculous.
Living out loud means to me living each day to its fullest. It means spending time with my loved ones and friends, nurturing my garden.
I know that I'm loved, but I do not whisper. I now have a voice. I am living out loud so others may live on.
The pure joy and appreciation I felt in being able to see my daughter walk down the aisle, celebrate a new job with another, attend my son's college graduation, and later receiving his Eagle Globe and Anchor as a Marine cannot be described. Everything around me became more colorful and vibrant. I was overwhelmed by the fact that so many people cared about me.
We thank God for her fortune in being a survivor, as far too many women whom she started this battle with and sat through chemo treatments with are no longer here to live out loud.
Of course, there will be weeds and difficult times, but it's still a garden.
You never have to teach those weeds how to live out loud. They are my guardians, tenaciously wanting to just be beside me.
If I've learned anything from Aunt Kay's life, it's the cultivation of true relationships that matter most, and that is the key to honestly living out loud.
I end each day with an aching back and a heart brimming with gratitude. I'm a gardener, and yes, I live my life out loud. I know that just as a bee may cross-pollinate flowers, life seldom travels a straight path. We are changed by the events and the people who come into our lives. And so it is with cancer.
Cancer was only a small bare spot in my garden, and it was barely visible through the tall blooms of love surrounding it.
I cannot change what has happened to me, but I can help others so they may not have to go through what I have.
These are our wives, our mothers, our daughters, our lives. Our gardens are more full because of them. And while we won't readily admit it, we would be greatly lost without them.
My life is again in full bloom. I live each day with a smile on my face. I live it out loud, and I always stop to smell the roses.
For a person with a penchant for to-do lists, living in the moment does not come naturally. And for a middle-aged woman who wondered, how could I make a difference with my life? I'm now finding ways to leave footprints that mark where I've been.
Our garden is growing, and we need many hands to spread the word and plant the seeds. Come work in our garden. Come play in our garden. Come help our garden grow.